Alright guys, so we got a KitchenAid, and the problem with this unit, it is not coming on. Okay. No lights. Oh, we just got lights. Okay, but no lights up top. See that? Very dim. All right, so let's go back in the back, take a look. That also is not working, but you see how the door is dropped? We're gonna deal with that, okay? That light switch is not being pressed, okay? Now, sometimes we can press this light switch. I'm gonna press it. Okay, now I'm gonna press the dispenser. Okay, so, all right, let's go in the back and take a look. This is our main board. That's the power supply. Right now we have no fan, okay? That is your solenoid. It's a the term, I forgot the term, I'll put it in the description. But what it does, it's a valve, like a three-way valve. It opens and it sends refrigerant to both the freezer or the refrigerator when it's needed. Compressor is not coming on. This is a inverter control unit. So we're going to use our non-contact. Okay. I think 4 volts DC or so you should be getting. So we're not getting any power on this wire, okay? I thought I did, but nothing, okay? Now, what I love about this is the compressor relay. I can hear it clicking. So this board is bad, okay? Now this one just kicked in. That one is off, so maybe we're getting some wires interference. Yeah, that's what it is. So this relay is engaging. It's trying to start. Hear that? So it's trying to start, and then it turns off. Okay? Listen. So we're getting voltage going to the inverter. We might not be getting a signal volts. Okay, so our problem is not there because we are getting power to the inverter, okay? So we're neutral. Okay, let's see what we're getting on neutral. on our signal. We should be getting some voltage on this. But the board definitely is clicking. So that's what we're going to replace. Let's see what we get. We're going to do volts. And we're going to go to DC. So we're not getting anything. Okay. So just clicked in. So we're going to replace the board on this. You can hear the relay clicking. We're not getting anything at all. So I'm going to turn power off, and we're going to replace the main board on this. Place this board, unplug the unit. So to replace the board, pretty straightforward. You have your connectors, unplug them. They're pretty much, you can't mess it up, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just make sure that you pay attention and don't yank anything crazy. Just unplug, squeeze, and pull. You definitely don't want to break these wires. Now, there's a tab on the right here, right next to these red relays. Push it back. And it comes right on out. All right, that's our new board. You do have two tabs over here. Okay, make sure you insert the board under those tabs. There it goes. Click, that's in. It's your main power harness. Make sure you get all your connectors in, guys, and check them. Always go over your connections just to make sure that they're snug and everything is nice and tight. Okay, I think we're good. So just do one last push just to make sure everybody is nice and snugged. And we're going to leave the cover off for now. Also, guys, if your house is nice, you don't have any roaches or anything in your house, you can, once the unit is pushed back to the wall, you can actually just leave this cover off, or just keep the plastic over it. Now, the reason for that, you're allowing more airflow across this cover. It's going to protect those components because they produce heat, all of them. So heat is a killer. So the cooler you can keep these, the longer your unit's going to last. In fact, if you had a small fan blowing cold air on these, they probably wouldn't fail. So, all right, so we're going to plug back in, and we're going to now take a listen. You should hear the compressor coming on. And I'm also going to just check for voltage coming. That's basically signal voltage. All right, so let's plug in. Hear that click? Look at the fan. Usually these take a minute or so. Just start. Just give it a minute. There goes the fan. Yeah, it's a compressor. So the board fixed the issue. That relay's kicking. All of them. Here's our signal wire, signal voltage, and of course all that kicking out nicely. So, all right guys, so we're going to check for signal voltage now. We're in volts DC. So we got 3.2 volts. Hope you can see it. Alright guys, so that's that. If you're having issues with your KitchenAid, Whirlpool will be the same. Thanks for watching.